Greetings, YouTube. Church Paul here with the question of the day. What is true religion? True religion. You hear many people say today, I hate religion. I am not religious. I don't believe in religion. Religion is the leading cause of all wars. Religion is man-made and divisive and even abusive at times. They say it's a belief system and a false hope that weak people need as a crutch in life, and that strong people don't need religion. They don't need faith. Even believers sometimes will say, I am not religious. I don't believe in a religion. I believe in God and I believe in the Bible. I am a Bible-believing Christian. I am not religious. And on and on. Many reasons why people don't identify with religion these days. But what is religion? What is religion? Webster's defines it as the service and worship of God or of the supernatural. Commitment or devotion to religious faith or observance. Devotion to religious faith or observance. But what is true religion? As I indicate in my title, what is true religion? James 1:27 says, pure and undefiled religion. Some translations say true. Pure and undefiled religion in the sight of our God and Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their time of need, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. And there it is, the word religion in the New Testament, in the book of James, in the first chapter. Very rarely do you see the word religion in the Bible. This is the first time I found it, actually. But all of those people say that I'm not religious or I don't believe in religion. Well, God believes in religion. And to God, this is pure religion, pure and undefiled religion. When we help the orphan and the widow, and we abstain from things of the world. And as always, powerful words of wisdom in one sentence, in one chapter of the book. It's precious. And what is it telling us? It's pure religion, or true religion in the sight of God, is what you do to others and what you do with yourself. Kind of like love thy neighbor as thyself, would you say? And he tells us that clearly in this verse. Help people in distress. That's love. And keep yourself unstained or abstain from things of the world. And I believe he's talking about sexual abstinence here. To not get involved with the widow, but to help her in her distress, to help her and her children. It's probably one of the greatest things you can do on this earth as a man, to help a woman and her child in a time of need, especially if there is no father around. And who is the widow and orphan? Who is the widow and orphan? Obviously, it's the woman whose husband has died. That's pretty clear. And those are the women we should really help. That's what this passage is talking about. Back then, many men died in war, or they died of disease. They didn't live very long lives, so if a woman's husband died, she had no one to provide for her and take care of her. And I believe that that passage is definitely speaking to that woman, the woman who lost her husband. But what about the single mom? What about the single mom with one or more children? Are they like the widow? I believe they are sometimes if the husband left or if the father left and abandoned the children. Yes, they can be, in a sense, like a widow. They could be in that same distress, that same uh, instance of despair, especially if he was the main breadwinner and he was earning the money and paying the bills and keeping the food on the table, and all of a sudden he's gone. They could be considered a widow in that sense. They are definitely in distress and they need help. But many single moms today, as we all know, have caused these problems themselves, no doubt. They make a bad choice in a man, and they get together with a man and get pregnant, and the man leaves. And they kind of knew that going into the relationship, and yet they still went through with it. And there's other various reasons too. They maybe got tired of the man and left, or they fell out of love quickly. There's a bunch of reasons, but many men are to blame as well because they've abandoned their children, and that's far worse in my opinion. So what do we do? What do we do? This is reaching an epidemic it's reaching a crisis in our culture. In certain communities, 70% of the homes have no father, just a single mom. And if they're not on some type of government assistance or welfare, they are really living destitute, and it's a very tragic situation. And I believe God is laying it on all of our hearts to help these people, help the widow and the orphan in their time of need. If you claim to be a Christian, if you claim to be a man of God, if you believe in this religion, if you believe in doing good things for people and loving thy neighbor, help the widow and the orphan today in a monogamous way, keeping yourself abstained from anything physical, but do something that's pure and undefiled in the sight of the Lord, and help one of these women and help their children. And in doing so, you could lead them to Christ. Don't live for yourself. Live for Christ. And any chance you have to lead a person to Christ, especially a small child that has no father, you will be greatly rewarded for that, and you will be blessed for it. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. And may the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious toward you. And may the Lord give you peace.